Hey guys, I got that Jeep finished up and kind of give you a little tour of what I did, and then after that I got a project mulling around in my head, and I'm going to spit out some thoughts on that. But as you can kind of see by my work area that I've been making a mess. This is what we took out of it. This is the frame that was in there. Not too much left of it. It's pretty much just dust. So I ended up using some angle that I had laying around, some big angle, this stuff. And these were probably about 4 feet long when I started. I cut them down to the length that I wanted with the wet saw. Then after that I ripped them down with the plasma cutter and cut off the sections that I didn't need off of there. And this is what we ended up with. I don't know what we can kind of see, but we'll give her a shot. Basically, I just wrapped angle where the frame was rotted after I cut out with the plasma cutter the old hardware and what was left of the bottom of that frame. And you can kind of see right in there where it's wrapped, going around it, and it goes up the other side. Pop your light on. The backside looks horrible because it's just really tough to get to. I'm not even gonna be able to see it, but you will. I don't know, something like that. Gotta watch the fuel lines were right up there, so I had to kind of be gingerly. So she's all back together. You got about 2 feet on this side. And about 18 inches size shorter on this side. Same idea, the plate goes over, and then on the back side of it there's about 2 inches on that side. Only the very bottom of it was blown out, but I wanted to add some angle to it. The frame was actually cracking right there. It was split right up the center of it, so I welded on the inside. I welded down. This thing was ready to fall right in half if this part didn't give out. So I should be happy with that. Should get a couple more years out of it anyway. It's probably the strongest part of the truck. Alright. So I've been thinking about, let me turn that light off. You're staring at me and annoying me. There we go. I've been thinking about I want to make like the John Deere Gators. They have the it's like a 2-passenger vehicle, and it's got the dump bed on the back of it. I kind of want to make something like that, but my own. I have a I think it's a wheel horse. Yeah, it's a wheel horse tow behind trailer, and the bottom part of it's pretty shot as far as it needs tires and everything else. But it's got a really thick dump part of it. And I also have from the Mustang, when I bought it, it came with a parts car that was a convertible, parts off of a parts car that was a convertible. And I have the hydraulic pump and the 2 cylinders that went with that for lifting and lowering the top. So my idea is I want to take an ATV, cut the rear, pull the rear back probably about 18 inches, maybe a little bit more, maybe 2 feet, and mount that onto the back of it. And it's just a DC hydraulic, electric over hydraulic pump, and those 2 cylinders should be enough to raise and lower that. So it'll be like a little tiny dump truck, but it'll be 4-wheel drive and it'll be made out of an ATV. So I have a friend I tried getting one a couple days ago, and I got beat out on it. It was a King Quad, 2001 King Quad, broken axle, had no compression, just a ratty machine, which is fine because I'm going to cut it up anyway, and you can get parts on eBay pretty cheap. But I ended up getting beat out on that one. I went to go look at a Polaris. It was a 250 today. Again, it was $300. It had several issues, and what was told over the phone, there was no picture. And I went to take a look at that today. It literally looked like it came out of a lake after being underwater for 5 years. It was horrible. I couldn't believe how bad. I've never seen a four-wheeler for free in that bad a shape. It was 100% rust. There wasn't a piece of paint left on it. And I just looked at the guy like, what part of working, you go through on Craigslist and you're talking to people and you're asking them all the issues that it has, and what does it need? Well, it needs a seat cover, and the pull start cord broke, and how are the tires, how are all that kind of stuff. Is the drivetrain good? Yeah, it started up, but it was flooding over the carburetor, so the float stuck. I mean, the handlebars were bent on an angle. It looked like it wrecked and landed in water and stayed there, and he dragged it out of there. The tires had dry rot. I don't know how they're holding air. There was so much dry rot on them. They were splitting open to about 1/4-inch cracks, all in, like, you could tell where it sat in one spot in the yard for a long time. They were flat, and then where the flat part was, where it was contacting the ground, they were just literally dry rotted to nothing. You would be afraid to put any more air in them; they would just fall apart. Anyway, off enough of that tangent, but that wasn't a no-go. A friend of mine knows somebody who has another King Quad. When I told him about the first one, we're trying to look for one for parts, and I think that one's going to come through, and that one's $100. So I plan on getting that in the next day or so. We'll see what we get, and it has issues too. I think it's actually missing an axle in the front. It's been beat and rolled, and they bought it new. It's an '87, I think, and it's a 250, but it's 4-wheel drive. It's got the differential lock. It's got the 15-speed transmission, and it's kind of good for what I'm making. I'm not looking for something to go flying through the trails. I just want to make out my own utility machine. So those are my thoughts, and we're gonna kind of see how she comes together as we get the parts in the next couple days, and maybe get playing on that as long as I don't have any work for myself. So thanks for watching. You're welcome to make comments, and thanks for all new viewers. My viewers just keep clicking up and up. Glad, I guess, you like what you see, and I'm just a redneck with a welder and a hammer. But I like making that kind of oddball stuff. It's kind of the stuff that makes me tick. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care.